do it right. I miss. Oh, girl, you don't go too fast. You take your time. Just how I miss. Hey, oh, you kiss it, then I'm drifting off your love. Keeps me floating, girl. I miss.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been running. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time. I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me. Know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been running. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, so much, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy.
Everybody's talking about the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish. Place your order today for a delicious meal. The chicken and fish are fried to perfection, featuring a wide variety of catfish, perch, tilapia, whiting, and shrimp. Now it's your turn to see what everybody's talking about. It's the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, Chicago's newest spot for delicious meals. Stop by at 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop, or get contactless delivery from DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Postmates. For more info, call 773-807-9010, 773-807-9010. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish is open just in time for lunch, or take it to the house for a delicious dinner. It's Chicago's new spot for perfectly fried chicken and fish. Don't wait any longer. Try it today. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish.
WIIFTBP.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd, how you feeling this morning?
Well, you see, I'm wearing my black.
You're mourning?
Yes, I'm mourning.
I am. Yeah, I'm in mourning too.
It was a rough weekend.
It was a horrendous weekend. It started out kinda magical.
Well, you know, I say Loyola was underseeded from the beginning.
I say that that game, when I saw the bracket come out, right? When I saw it come out, I'm not going to even lie. I was just like, I don't want to play Loyola.
Right.
I don't want to play Loyola. I don't want to play Loyola. I don't want to play Loyola because, first of all, I've seen Illinois. I feel like Illinois has got an in-state jinx. And I don't know if it's just because when I went to see them play University of Illinois, rest in peace to Donnie Kirksey,
Coach Howard Moore. We went to see Illinois versus UIC when Donnie was coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And Illinois was supposed to mollywop UIC at the United Center. And UIC won. And I was just, from that point on, I was just like, I just don't like to see us. And so let me just say this. Let me stop, because I saw a lot of hate out there. And first of all, the first thing that crossed my mind was the Chicago way. I did. The first thing that crossed I'm going to tell you, okay, now first of all, let me back up. Let me start by saying good morning, everyone. Good morning to our listening, viewing audience. Also, I'm going to tell y'all what, I'm opening up the phone lines because I am doing the survey. I'm letting you all know I'm back on this again. Y'all did good on Friday, but I don't know if y'all did good enough. I'm trying to decide if we're going to stay on radio.
Right.
And so I'm going to ask you all to continue to give us a call. I'm going to open up the phones at 6:30. If you are a radio listener and you want us to stay on the radio, or you would rather go, because they made the mistake of letting me count out the money. When I counted out the money, I was just like, these people getting a lot of money for me not to hear from y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have to know about the radio. But let's do this, Todd, because I want to say what's up to everybody, and then I want to get into this. And I don't want to go all the way because, man, we got a hose I saved up. Shout out to everybody who jumped into the What's in It for the Black People bracket challenge. How about the crazy part of this is I had to push Carrie to get in, and she's in first place.
Yay.
My son is in second place, along with Jacob Israel, who is in third.
Oh.
Meanwhile, all of us Ron, you in trouble, dog. He opened up an account and didn't even fill in no teams. It's all good, though. It's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Todd is wearing black in morning. I got black on, too. But I got You Got Me Effed Up. Shout out to Nat Turner. Lil Ron, you in the building. How you feeling, man? You look, man. Wake up, Lil Ron. I seen him. Lil Ron dedicated, man. Lil Ron dedicated. Came outside this morning. Lil Ron sleep in the car. I was like, nah, you know this Chicago, right?
No, that means he didn't go home.
No, he wasn't. He went home because he didn't beat me here now. Stop it. But he was in the car. I was like, bless his little heart. I was like, Lil Ron, you can come in here. You can go to sleep. You go in the studio and go close it. We're going to put a blanket in there for you, in case you ever had to spend a night. Actually, it is I don't know, it ain't a blanket in there. I had to figure that out. Anyway, how you feeling, Lil Ron? How was your weekend?
It was good.
I'm sorry, man. I couldn't get the hoodie to you. I was moving around kind of crazy, and I got a late start trying to figure out how to package up the $100 hollers. But I'm going to talk about that, too, in a minute. Let's do this, though. Let's say what's up to everybody. Todd's here. Lil Ron is here. Sonia, we are still. Y'all do me a favor today. Once again, take a moment. Send Sonia Escobar some love on her social media handles. Let her know that we miss her. Ron miss her most, probably, because he up early. But I just want to tell y'all, we miss and love you, Sonia, and you are in our prayers. Shout out to Lil Ron for holding it down in the meantime. All right, let's do this. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. You got us? You ready, man? All right, let's get up. It's up, and away. Doc, what's up, man? Could you turn the jets on? What? Hey, Doc, I'm a little nervous, man. You gonna have to let's do that again, cause I'm a little nervous. I don't even feel like we got up off the ground, man. I don't want to take off. We got an engine down or something? Do I need to wait a minute and get you right? Okay, give me a few minutes. We gonna keep talking while we on the ground, cause we can't be taking that sounded like a prop plane.
Yeah.
It was like a prop. One of the helicopters in the engines was. I'm not flying like that. No sirree, Bob. All right.
I flew the Southern Illinois University. They have a airline school, and they flew me and Coy Pugh and some other people on a committee down there. And yeah, that prop plane, it sounds like a lawnmower.
Man, when Big Swill was coming home from college, the other college, I did not want to drive down. I was like, who wants to drive 60? He was like 8 hours. I was like, first of all, it's crazy that it takes 8 hours to get anywhere in Illinois and be in the same state.
Yeah, and be in the
8
same
hours state to go pick him up from the joint. I was like, I'm a charter a plane. So I chartered a plane, and we took a plane from Midway, but it was crazy because when I chartered the plane, I thought I was doing something, right? So, you know, you pull up to Midway, you chartered your plane, and you see all these jets landing.
Right.
And then it's like one little propeller plane anchored down, like all the jets are flying past. And you looking like, is that me? Is that me? They're like, no, that's you, sir.
You're leaving from Hooterville, sir.
That, sir, is you right there. However, it was dope. It was dope. I mean, I still say, how many people go pick up their boy who got to fly home from jail? I'm just saying, like,
not a lot of people.
I'm saying, I took a plane to go get my man. We landed in this little country thing. It literally was Hooterville. And then they had a cab, and he said, all right, let me guess, you're going to the local, I've never seen anything like this. And then we came back, and my man jumped in and he was like, you know, he thought we was getting in the car. And then we rode to the airport, and they had one of them wind socks.
Oh, yeah.
Like an orange sock with the wind. And we jumped in, and we took a propeller. We took a prop plane. But I tell you, from 8 hours to 2, it was worth it.
Oh, yeah.
It was worth it. But boy, in them prop planes, you could see down to the ground like pretty. It ain't like flying in a jet. It's like you be like, bleh. Like you could go dust a crop if you wanted to sometimes.
Well, I've been in a couple of prop planes from like Houston to New Orleans. You know, after the short run.
Is it a jet prop or a prop?
Well, they use 2 propellers.
Yeah, but there's the jet prop. It's 2 propellers, but is it a big plane still? Halfway big?
Yeah, it still seats like, I don't know, 20 to 30.
Yeah, that's a jet prop. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, but that's still different than a jet. Anyway, good stuff, man. How about this? Did you find the plane, man? All right, can we get this thing up? All right, y'all. It is. I didn't even get to make the announcement. Like the people they didn't even buckle in, nothing. They didn't put their seatbelts on. People luggage done fell on their head. Oh. It's all good. It's all good. You ever been on a plane and the luggage cart pop up, like luggage cap pop up, and stuff be flying around? You just be hoping it ain't yours.
No,
I have.
I've been on a plane with some terrible turbulence, but not where like fruit was rolling down the aisle.
Oh, yeah, I've been on one of them too. All right, y'all. We are up and away, 60,000 feet. Speaking of up and away, did you see the Justice League Zack Snyder cut? Okay, I need to tell you this.
Who's Zack Snyder cut?
Zack Snyder.
Oh,
Zack Snyder cut. Okay, so I watched the Justice League. We went to go see the Justice League at the movies, and it was okay.
Oh, you mean the one that came out like last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I didn't, and I kept saying to myself, this looks like the same movie, but I feel like I saw this movie, but it ain't.
Is this the director's cut?
This is a different guy. Just took all the stuff and remixed the whole thing, and it's like a whole new movie. And man, they gave the brother Cyborg some love in the movie. Like in the first movie, they just played him to the left. He just showed up. You had a whole backstory. He was like a hero. It's like they was like the Black Lives Matter version. Right? But check out.
This is everything that's on the floor.
Huh?
He picked up everything that was on the floor. And
put it all back together and then remade them. Man, it was really good. So if you got HBO Max, check that out. The Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. Also watched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was another good one. I fell asleep twice, but I finally made it through. It's a series, so I'm looking forward to that. First black. He's the black guy. I can't think of his name now, but he said he's scared. He worried about being the first
Anthony Mackie.
That's it. Anthony Mackie. I like him too.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah. All right. Also this weekend. First of all, hey Candace Moore. Hey Dorinda Klink. First of all, hey Candace Moore. Hey Dorinda Klink. Hey Robert Smith. Hey Sharon Ugochi.
That's a big group you got here.
First of all, and the group is much bigger. I can't even think of everybody's name right now. But let me just tell you, so many people hit me up for the $100 hollers. The $100 holla box.
Yes.
I happened to bring one with me. Now this is actually.
Now that's a real box.
This is actually Darius Thomas's box. So he's coming to pick it up today. But y'all, I spent a little time on the box. I got to do a little bit more reworking on it. But I was pretty proud of the opening up the sales. And I opened up the sales for 2 hours. Mm-hmm. And people showed up and picked them up. And we did a really great job. I hope everybody who got their $100 holla box enjoyed everything that was in it. Also want to let you all know that the $100 holla boxes are available. You can also get hoodies, T-shirts, pins, caps, hats. I got it all. And it was just great to see people coming by. Like, they was like straight up. And then people, when they came by, they was like, "Oh, let me get a couple of them shirts right there. Let me get one of them shirts right there. Oh, you got candy?" Big Swill gonna be mad at me because his joint got, it turned out to be a little bit more than a pop-up.
Oh, cool.
But the $100 holla, if you are interested, please. Oh, Tammy, I'll get you. If you requested a $100 holla, can you all please? Tennille has a link that I might need her to put back up. Tennille, you gotta add the hat style that they want in that list, and then I need y'all to go ahead and then you can pick them up. I'm gonna have them available for you today. But the $100 hollas, shout out to everybody who picked one up this weekend. I was delivering, I was dropping off. People was meeting me on 87th Street. I want y'all to take pictures, right, man? Candace man came in and he was like, "Let me get a couple of them. Give me about 3 of them masks." He got the face mask. I'm telling y'all, we about to be rocking the What's in it for the Black People gear. Also, man, I see these. I'm going to try. You know, everybody be acting. I'm going to try and get everybody who's got gear at the station to have a space, right? So we're going to even come up with a Todd shirt, right? Like, maybe we're going to make Todd like, we're going to make a Todd Stewie shirt. We're going to make Todd Stewie. And then we're going to sell those shirts, too.
That
you know,
Stewie's a genius.
Stewie's a mad genius.
A mad genius, but a genius.
Also, man, went out to Bolingbrook yesterday to see my mama. And can I tell y'all something? Do y'all know I have the smartest niece in the world? At least in Bolingbrook. Not only did my niece, is she the top reader in her grade, she is the top reader in the state.
Whoa.
Now, you know, they be like, "This black girl that swims and reads, what is going on?" Shout out to the Rego Babo. My mom, went out, hung out with my mom for a little bit. I made her a pot roast, a Mississippi pot roast yesterday.
Mississippi.
And she was like, yep. Not to be confused with a Yankee pot roast.
Right.
But a Mississippi pot roast. And she was like, "Oh, you know, I won again, Tennille." And I made it with the potatoes and you ever made a Mississippi pot roast? You ever had it?
No, I never was a big pot roast person. Janine makes something like that every once in a while.
I love pot roast. So I made you got to try the Mississippi pot roast. That was, you make it with ranch dressing and au jus. You make powdered ranch, au jus. Todd, I'm telling you. I thought of the
stay
same
away
thing.
from the white stuff generally.
It's not white by the time it's done. It just is like seasoning. Man. Then you throw in some of those pepperoncini, the pepperoncini peppers. Not pepperoncinis. What's the one? Yeah, pepperoncinis. You throw them in there. Whew. Those about 4 sticks of butter. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
It's
Not
that
4
butter
sticks.
that kills you.
It ain't 4 sticks. It's just 3. I'm just man, but I had a great.
You got to throw a shout out to your barber.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Clee at Better Images. I got sheared. In case you are watching, I got sheared. I don't have any hair anymore. Back to Tennille says I look like I'm back in my 40s. Well, it's too bad because I'm 50.
It's too bad.
But I do feel a lot lighter on the head, and it does feel good to be back to normal. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna get some waves, make y'all seasick. You know, if I put my wave cap on one night, throw me some Dax. Remember Dax? I still use
Yes.
Dax. You know what? When I go, but you know who takes good care of me is Nidra over at Solo Beauty Supply. She always send me a pack of either Murray's or she send me Sporting Waves. I like Sporting Waves, but Sporting Waves ain't got that hold. Sporting Waves is for like the light skinned people. I use Sporting Waves like just to pretend, like when I want to pretend I'm light skinned and I got good hair. You know what I mean? That's when you put the Sporting Waves on.
You need
pomade.
pomade.
Yeah, pomade. Man, remember the blue magic? Blue Magic, what's the Royal, the one in the red can with the green and the silver top? I didn't like that one because it was
Royal.
The top was always it was like a cardboardy. I didn't like that one. What other? Murray's Dax. Dax was when we was in Bolingbrook and we was trying to prove we was extra black. Dax, you couldn't get your finger in Dax. Like you'd be like Dax extra hope. You'd be like, ooh. And then if you put it on, you try and put it on your hair. You couldn't spread. You couldn't like You couldn't spread it out. It would just be like a glob, and then you be trying to brush it in all day, or you had to go rewash your hair, but you was scared to wash your hair because you ain't want to wash your waves out.
Ah.
Right? Because when you finally got and I couldn't okay, I'm through. Did y'all see what Miami?
What happened in Miami?
They declared a state of emergency.
What happened?
Black people descended upon Miami like they was like, oh, y'all said the mask was up. Black folks was like, it's spring break. Oh. I mean, it wasn't a mask to be seen. They literally, like black people, so they showed the white people at the pool hanging out. They wasn't socially distant. They was getting their spring break on. They was at the pool. Mm-hmm. They showed the brothers in the street. In the streets. I'm talking about like Ocean Drive was just black people in the street. Like it was Freaknik.
Like everybody doesn't have a hotel room, but I'm here.
But not only does everybody have a hotel room, they was trying to take somebody to the hotel room maskless. Everybody was outside. It was just a madhouse. So much so that they have declared a state of emergency.
Wow, that's something.
Yeah.
Hope nobody get hooked.
Mm-hmm. Which makes me think about the COVID rates in Illinois, because I'm wondering, they said that the COVID rates in Illinois are dropping still.
Yes.
But I am concerned about the people coming back who went to spring break.
I've been out, for the most part, just about everybody still wearing their mask.
This is Illinois. What about the people that left and coming back? I'm just nervous.
I don't trust them.
I don't trust them. Look, Mayor Lightfoot going to be at the airport like, hold it. You think the return of the mayor memes are going to be back? You think the mayor's going to return to her meme self? Okay, I got to ask, who saw the mayor's commercial for eating in the street?
I didn't see
She did it on 75th. You saw that? Okay, let me ask a question. You eating on 75th in the street on the sidewalk?
No.
Did you see that commercial?
And she didn't have a mask on.
Well, you can't really eat and have a mask.
You can't waiting.
Right.
Nah, dog. I'm just telling you.
They were just sitting there.
They were sitting. It was like they set up a table and chairs in the middle of 75th Street and took a camera going in circle. And I get what they was trying to do.
The street itself, or the sidewalk.
The sidewalk, but it's like I get what they were trying to do. Mm-hmm. Weren't Ryan effective or no? Was it like I felt like that was I almost felt like it was a Saturday Night Live skit.
Hey, this is radio and they can't see you turning your head like
that.
You gotta say something.
Right.
Nah, it was not effective at all.
I felt like, who did this? And I felt like it was literally, I feel like I saw boarded up buildings in the shot. I feel like there was first of all, a black and a white couple on the middle of all-female black and white couple, interracial couple, sitting with the only table and chair in the middle. It wasn't like it was tables set up and it was like one table and one chair, like as if somebody said the mayor's coming and she wants to eat outside. So they was like, hurry up and put a table out there. It was not integrated.
So it was her and her wife.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Sipping tea on 75th Street. It was like they literally, okay, I'm just telling you. Now, Norm and them are probably having a nervous breakdown right now because the black folks going to be thinking they could do this at the parking lot across the street from his joint. You're going to be like, now y'all know daggone well if we started setting up tables and chairs on the middle of the street, what street would you set a table and chair up on and eat? If you could eat on outside, if you could eat outside, where you setting the table and chairs up?
On the south side.
79th Street.
70. Oh, would you open up? Would you put up a table and chairs on outside dining at Doc's?
Smarter than that, man.
Outside dining at J&J's, right? The only place I'm going on 79th to eat is the Woodlawn.
There was times
I'm eating outside, but I'm eating on the roof.
Down 79th Street.
I'm eating on the roof on 79th Street at the Woodlawn. That's probably the only place.
That's not a bad spot, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good spot. But
you're on the right side of the viaduct.
Right. Todd.
Hey.
Be discriminating.
Hey, yeah, I've lived there all my life.
The
other side of the viaduct gets a little rough at times.
Oh, my goodness. Welcome home. I'm going to say this. Welcome home, Donald Lassier. I think that's how you say it. He is the new head of the Chicago History Museum. Black man went to Percy Julian. They expect him to reinvigorate it and make it and diversify it. Now, I don't really like that word diversify, but when you realize that he came from the Muhammad Ali Museum and increased its viewership. I was looking at pictures today.
Where's that, Louisville?
Yeah, Louisville. Louisville. I was just looking at some pictures from the Chicago History Museum that coincide probably with this guy being here. Did you see that there was a that the conservative vice lords on the west side had an open house for the Chicago police?
Yes.
Did you see those pictures this weekend?
I spread that on Facebook.
Was that you?
No, God. I just I got it from somewhere and I just kept
But
it
those
going.
pictures came from the Chicago History Museum. And think about that. The conservative vice lords on the west side of Chicago had an open house where the police came to their headquarters and played pool and sat and had lunch and hung out with them.
Right.
That's at the Chicago History Museum. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's big history, man. Things you got to see. You never know. You see another police officer shot in the middle of a shooting rampage where the gentleman said that he was trying to lure police into the area so he could take more shots at them. Shot at, like, there were 5 police officers in the mix of that. And then University of Chicago wants to experiment on black people regarding vitamin D and its effects on COVID.
I bet they'd use the word do research.
No, I think they said they want. They might have said, but you know what it means. Research means experiment. I'm gonna go back and look at the article, but they want to experiment because black folks was using vitamin D to beat the COVID. I know I was taking like 3 million just to make sure my immune system was strong. Well, it was like
doctors have been. I want to say my doctor, and he retired. So that's been at least 3 years. Told me to start taking vitamin D because black folks don't have enough.
Because we lactose intolerant. So we stopped drinking milk where the vitamin D comes from. That vitamin D. You want some of that vitamin. Let me stop. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it's going to be time for the social media question of the day, where I want to ask, how far will people go to protect a lie? How far will people go to protect a lie? And you'll be amazed. I think you'll be interested to see where my example of this goes. But also, if you are a radio listener and you want to continue to listen on the radio, we're going to open the phone lines in just a few minutes. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. If you are a radio listener and you would like to continue to listen on the radio, we are going to be expecting to hear from you all week. That's right, all week. I'm starting the clock. I'm starting to count. But don't make it to my number, and I'm not telling y'all what the number is. I'm going to, if I don't get to my number, I'm going to be sending y'all an application to get an app. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Ryan tried to cut me off early, but we'll be back after these messages.
WIIFTBP.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
WIIFTBPM.
think that the black community is starting to realize the mayor may not necessarily be an ally just because she is black.
Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio.
Our representatives don't necessarily get a pass just because they're black. We've got a challenge in the black part of Chicago of holding black politicians accountable.
You're listening to The Maze Jackson Show.
This is Chicago, so I understand the Chicago way. I ask every day what's in it for the black people.
With Maze Jackson.
Come on, y'all.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Little run on the wheels of steel. Todd, I was sitting here, and as you can see in front of me, I have a box. You see the box? It's got the What's in It for the Black People logo on there.
The box is there.
The box. So in case you are watching, then you can see the inside of the box, Todd.
Are you gonna pull a rabbit out of
this? No, this is the What's in It for the Black People $100 holla box. Right? So if you open up the box,
man, I can't fold nothing that good.
You can check it out. You see the hoodie is under here. You got a hoodie. You got your What's in It for the Black People logo hat. What's in It for the Black People logo t-shirt. Then you've got your pen.
Oh.
That's your What's in It for the Black People pen. So when you signing your big deal, you can hand it to the people and they look at the pen and be like,
You know, a toothbrush is not a bad idea.
I actually am going to get black toothbrushes. Oh. And then you've got the What's in It for the Black People face mask.
Yes.
With the adjustable loops and nose. And then for everybody who got the original $100 holla, I also wrote you a personal note for every tag.
In your handwriting?
That went, in my handwriting. So if you can decipher it, you got it. Shout out to my girl, Candace Moore. You know what? Sometimes it's good to see the people that you've been seeing supporting you. Darius Thomas, come get your box, man. People trying to buy it off me. They be like, let me get that box, man.
You know you can't sell a box twice. You know that, right?
I'm from Chicago, man. One could have a brick in it.
You know, that's what my dad would say to every meeting.
What?
Can't get paid twice.
Shoot. Then you ain't doing it right. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Todd, it's time for the social media question of the day. Ron, give me the big voice. Give me the big. Hey, man, you gotta stay locked and loaded, man. You trying to fly the Soul plane? See, you used to fly. You used to fly in like Cessnas. You got this is 747 jumbo jet. All right.
That was a big plane.
Right. It's the Maze Jackson Show. It's time for the social media question of the day.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Todd, how far will someone go to protect the lie? Let me back up.
Some people to jail.
Back up. Have you ever told a lie?
No.
Have you ever told a lie, been caught in it, but got to stick with it?
That sounds like something you say to your parents and like, uh-oh.
But
they know, but I got to keep going.
Like, how far would you go to protect the lie? Now, the phone lines are open. Y'all tell the truth. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. How far would you go to protect the lie? 872-259-7474. Okay, I told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again because there's this, I talk about Springfield a lot. And when I first got down to Springfield, there was this white state representative, and he was like an old school Springfield guy that, he had fully embraced the Springfield lifestyle. So, he was living the life, and he may have had.
Was he up here or down there?
He was down there. And he had a wife at home. But in Springfield, sometimes
people have another family.
They have a whole nother family in Springfield.
Right. Yeah.
And so one day, his wife asked him, could she go to Springfield with him? And he was like, man, I don't ever want her to go with me again. So he said he took he said it was like an hour and a half trip.
Mm-hmm.
And he drove 7.5 hours. Like, he drove every way around, took every back road to ensure that she never wanted to come back again. Right? And she was like, God, you do this every time? Oh, baby, I feel so bad for you. I'm never coming again. And he got that. But that's how far he went to protect his life.
Right.
I was thinking about the fact that I was listening to Senator Dick Durbin this week saying that as we were but acknowledging the fact that it's time to withdraw from Afghanistan, that Afghanistan was the longest war in the history of the United States. And Dick Durbin was saying that he never knew when he voted to go to war with Afghanistan. He never knew that it would last this long, that he was voting for the longest war in history. But there's a point in which we all knew that the war in Afghanistan was a lie. Like, we went to Afghanistan to get the terrorists that didn't really come from Afghanistan, just like the war in Iraq. And so, since that time, we have spent hundreds of billions of dollars to protect George Bush's life. Todd, how long and how far will someone go to protect the lie? I mean, right now, we are all caught up in George Bush's lie still. Y'all talk all that smack about Donald Trump, but we're still paying for George Bush's lie. I'm not absolving Donald Trump. Please don't accept that. But what I am saying is, because I used to say, who is worse, Trump or Bush? Because now we done forgot about the fact that we losing soldiers. We spend how much every time they launch a missile? That's like $10 million for one. For one. Every troop, every transport, we pay hundreds of millions of dollars for a lie in Afghanistan that we know remember Colin Powell with the pizza?
Pizza?
Remember when he came up and he defended was it Iraq and Afghanistan? Because Iraq and Afghanistan were together, right?
Really? I don't know.
Yeah, I believe Iraq and Afghanistan, like the terrorists, Osama bin Laden went, after he blew up the towers, he went to Afghanistan to hide out. And that's when we went to war with the Taliban over there.
Uh-huh.
Right? So I guess my question is, how far will you go to protect the lie? You ever known anybody that lied? And that will you ever known somebody that tell a lie and will go all the way to the end of the world to protect that lie, even though you know they lying?
Yes, I had a friend, best friend like that.
You had a best friend like that?
Like, come on now.
Wait, explain to me. Tell me about this best friend. So was he like was he a consistent liar? Or was he just like,
no, when he trying to get away with something, yeah, he just keep on digging the hole and keep digging. In the end, he may start laughing because he knows there's no way anybody's believing this at this point.
So, how far have you ever known a liar? And how far did they go? Are you still friends with that liar? Like, are you still friends? Have you ever been lied to and somebody just goes to the end of the earth to lie to you and you just keep on acting like you don't know that they lying to you? Because I feel like that's how we are in Afghanistan. Like, every time I see y'all giving pictures of Michelle Obama with George Bush, and it's like, well, we forgot that he lied to us, right? We forgot that it's people over there stepping on hand grenades, stepping on bombs. How far will someone go to protect the lie? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Also, remember, y'all ain't calling. Y'all might be having to go to the app. Any calls on that line, Ryan? See, they don't want the radio. That's okay. You listen to the radio, give us a call, 872-259-7474. Todd, talk to me about liars.
Now, the president may have lied at the beginning, but as time goes on, especially when you're talking about
you make the lie the truth?
No, it gets a lot more complicated than that. So now we're at the point where the Taliban are over here. There's the resistance force over here.
But they started a war on a lie.
There's a resistance force over here that the U.S. supports. One day, the U.S. comes and says, you know how we put all that money behind you and, well, we're taking it all and we're leaving. Good luck. So basically, they're leaving these guys with a stick and a slingshot to fight the Taliban.
Can they leave them with a bag of money? Like, can they leave them $100 million and some guns and be out? Because again, my thing is, I feel you on them guys, but it's our guys that's dying. It's like, it's not really that complicated to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, if we're losing people that we know and love because they got us involved in something that they was lying about, I feel bad, but what's our collective responsibility? See, that's I've been in that situation where it's like you start out, trying to help, and then people be like, man, then think about all the people that get out of Afghanistan. Get out. I don't, how much responsibility do American people have to those people?
No, you're right. I mean, it's all of us who are in it because George Bush lied, and now he taking peppermints from Michelle Obama, and y'all forgot. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Jay, you're on the Maze Jackson Show. You listening on the radio, Jay?
Yeah, I'm listening. Thanks for taking my call. Just wanted to say this lying thing that you're talking about is not brand new in America, but I'm glad you're talking about it because this is how America is built, and America continues to lie about everything, especially with black people. They don't want to be honest about the damage they've done, the damage they continue to do. And when you keep people from getting an education and you want to pretend like, they should be able to pick themselves up by their bootstraps and that type of thing, but they denied us education for years and kept us from being a part of our culture that they took us from across the seas when they kidnapped us. America is a big lie, and I'm just glad you're just having a conversation about it to bring it to attention to people. That's basically what I wanted to say.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that, Jay. Todd, I was just thinking about how far we will go to protect the lie. And I mean, I think even the history of this country, right? Like, I think there's a lie about the role that black folks have played in it. And I think they would storm the Capitol to protect it. That's how far I think people will go to protect the lie. But I do think...
I think that's a different thing.
I do. I agree.
Yeah.
But do you think it's time to get out of Afghanistan? Like, do we care about, like,
do we care? Now, see, there's a good question. The U.S. cares about what goes on abroad, as we say, for one reason: U.S. interest, which is money. Well, there's two things: it's money and the ability to move around the world without leaving the United States. So,
what do you mean to move around the world without leaving the United States?
So back in the day, not even the day, I mean in the 1800s, when the Europeans were colonizing all over the place, that gave them a foothold all over the world.
Right, like so they could go to Jamaica and kick it and be like, whoop.
Yeah. The U.S., it's more like the turn of the century. They didn't want that policy. They decided, and I think that was all about racism. They didn't want, see what's happening in Britain where dark people are coming? The U.S. is like, we don't want them dark people, so we'll take Guatemala and we'll take the Philippines, but you guys don't come over here. We'll just make a Air Force base there, and we'll be able to get around the Pacific. So
they could island hop without having people coming back.
Yes.
Okay.
And that policy still goes on, even though now we got these, IBCMs and stuff that, travel hundreds of miles quickly. They still want to have a presence where they're close by, because basically you'd rather have a war of attrition and soldiers than, bombs where you destroy everything. So part of it is just, it's a safety measure. And yes, they will lie. And they will lie to both sides.
Okay. Look, hey, Darius, I will not sell your box. He's like, you up there marketing my box. You better get here, though, because I done got hit up about 20 times about this box. Hey, man. So, is it time to get out of Afghanistan, though? Like, I mean, why do we care about Afghanistan now? Like, what do we lose if we leave Afghanistan?
So there is a government in Afghanistan, is what U.S. would call the legitimate government, and it's holed up somewhere. I mean, the Taliban still have a lot of power. So for America, as I see it, America is thinking the Taliban have really said that the U.S. is our enemy. We don't want them to spread that and get larger, where they start to have more soldiers, more zealots who will try to commit the atrocities. That's really, I think, what it's about.
But don't we create more by being there at their house, and every time they wake up, it's a drone blowing up their house?
Did you see Charlie Wilson's War?
Yes. That was a great movie.
That was.
So tell them what it's about, Todd.
So I can't remember. It's about what a war.
Charlie Wilson
which war was it?
I don't know which war, but Charlie Wilson was
really.
a U.S. senator who they needed his vote. Right?
That's all it boils down to,
right? This was a U.S. senator who they needed his vote. And so because they needed his vote, he could get anything out of any department, because he was like the swing vote. And so he decided that he wanted to have a war with the country. And so wasn't that it? And they...
Well, yeah, I mean... You're right. He was the swing vote. He was
chairman of a committee,
and he was very independent. He was single, which when you're single and you got power like that, you everybody. So yeah, they needed things out of him, and they actually went to whatever it was, Iran or something, or what's that other small country? One of them small countries, and basically he comes back with a report, and he's like, "We need to spend some money in this area to help these people, or they will hate us forever." And basically, that's exactly where we are. They hate us like nobody's business.
And he gave them money he funded their war, though. And he kept appropriating hundreds of millions of dollars for them to destroy and kill people, and he thought he was doing something good.
Yeah, until he looked really into it.
Right. Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Y'all trying to get the $100 holla? If you are trying to get the $100 holla, go to the Maze Jackson Facebook page. Tennille, put it on all of the pages. Put it up there at the top. And if you do it, I will put your information in, and I'll reach out to you today, and we can set up a time for you to pick it up. We got a little spot. Like, you can either come by the office and studio and have them picked up, or you can pick them up at our secret location at Big Swill store. Big Swill, come on back to Chicago, man. You tripping, man. These people want to get these $100 hollers. All black manufactured too, except for as much as we can.
Right.
All right. Salim said it's time for it was about Afghanistan.
No, was it?
Salim is a genius, man.
Yeah. If I haven't seen a movie in the last 3 hours, then I'm probably gonna forget part.
If I saw the movie with my cousin, I done probably forget. Shoot, if I saw the movie with my cousin, I can't even halfway remember the show. That I was while I'm watching it. I have to be like, dang, what is this? What is in this, cuz? Hey, y'all. It is the Maze Jackson Show. So I want to know how far somebody would go to protect a lie. How far have you gone to protect a lie? Like, how far? Ryan, how far? Look, Ryan, you over there looking like.
So my uncle, he does real estate. So he owns a few buildings, and he used to have me building sit. Some of his houses. So I house sit, he'd pay me a couple $100. So I would tell my dates, I would bring dates over, like, yeah, I just bought this house. I ain't got no furniture yet because I just moved in, and I have to keep up that lie.
Then they be like, what happened to your house?
Then I have to make up something.
Or you cut them off.
it was either I would make up some excuse like they doing some renovating or something right now, so we have to go
to my daddy house.
I got an apartment at the time. But we have to go to my apartment while they fixing the house up.
Oh, okay. What was was they luxury cribs or something?
They was like some big houses.
Look, you got to watch Lil Ron. Lil Ron got some story. I seen him back there when I said how far. Lil Ron, okay.
I used to have my I used to bring an air mattress over there. I had air mattress. Set it up in the big room.
In the big. What, did you bring a TV?
Yeah, I had a TV and everything.
He had a to-go live pack.
Yeah, right.
He had it all ready to go. Got a place. I'm about to lie. All right, y'all. This is the Mace Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, what would you do if your child was told by a white teacher to get on his knees to apologize and ask for forgiveness? Your black child was told by a white teacher, better yet, a white headmaster. What would you do if your 5-year-old child was told to go clean a toilet with his hands that was full of feces and toilet paper, stuffed and clogged by a white teacher? What are we supposed to do with in-school racism, and how do you address it with your child? Because, again, you teach your child authority. We often talk about the challenges that our children face, sometimes we talk about the black teachers and the challenges. But this is another example of what happens when our children are left in the hands of the enemy. And I just got to ask, how do we deal with it? We're going to talk about it when we come back. I'll break down both the stories when we come back.
WIIFTBP.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at The Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at The Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
All right, well, Angela Oya Fumike. As you know, this is I Do, I Did, I Don't on the What's in It for the Black People media. Start our way into this journey of divorce and healing.
So we came together under a survival mentality, not under a friendship of being in love. First being friends, and then being in love, or growing in love. We came together under, we're trying to survive, we're two kids trying to survive. Okay, we're going to survive together, because if you're handling this end of the survival and I'm handling this end,
years that you've accepted this is what it's been, and now you've made this decision, and he wasn't there. He wasn't even seeing that you were done.
Here's what it was. Just like I ignored on the front end that he didn't love me like that, he was so disconnected from me by the point when I decided to leave that he didn't see the writing on the wall.
Wow.
Just didn't see it. But he didn't know that woman because he never took the time to meet her.
Mm-hmm. And so you created your plan, and that's key, I think, in having a plan. If you are going to, whether you're deciding together that this isn't going to work any longer and we're splitting, and having a plan on how you're going to move forward is pretty key. You knew at this point I had to create your own plan, and you were moving forward with that. In my case, I didn't have a plan. Things happened pretty abruptly, and I was creating the plan on the fly along the way. I don't recommend that. You forgive yourself. You forgive you. Do the work of forgiving yourself that you may be able to actually forgive others.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning.
Our Attorney General, Kwame Raoul.
I have have reached out to the Hospital Association and the Med Society to talk about how proactively we can talk about implicit bias in healthcare and begin to address the situation system-wide, because I've also simultaneously directed my civil rights team to begin to look at that and look at ways that it may have manifested itself. We've done so historically with regards to the nursing home industry, where you've had some nursing home owners that staff disparately. So if they're in a black community, they won't have much staff as they will in a white community. We've taken that on from a civil rights standpoint, and we're prepared to take on other instances of implicit bias in healthcare.
Utilizing your office to investigate civil rights and healthcare as a civil rights issue. That's actually pretty powerful, and it demonstrates how we have to be working in coordinated efforts with our elected officials in places and positions of power.
WIIFTBP.
In between the sheets, and now we're taking flights from London to Belize, and we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me. Yeah, I'm feeling lucky as can be. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Come on now, we were making love. Let's reminisce to the first time we. Let's reminisce of the whip. We were making love. Making love. Come on now, let's throw back. Oh, all I wanna do is throw it back. That's all I wanna do. Come on now, let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Yeah.
What's in it for the black people? Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around that can't protect us. We see the lies now of the politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze, it's Sonia, and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve on.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world! This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd. That's him over there, y'all. If you're watching on Instagram, Todd Stroger. Todd, what's up, man? Y'all see him through the screen?
Whoa,
See, you got the safety.
Hey,
Look, you see, Todd's on the Instagram. We was behind the scenes on the Instagram right now on the IG Live. My co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd, you straight, man? Y'all good?
All good. 7:06. Oh, I'm great.
7:06. We got 2 hours to go. A little bit less than 2 hours. Lil Ron. Hey, y'all, look at Lil Ron trying to fly with the big boys. I see Lil Ron hanging in there. Shout out to Lil Ron. Hey, shout out to, I see my man Herbert Howard up early in the morning. Herb Howard. Hey, man, I'm a little upset with Wiz. They won't give me a sweatshirt. But I feel like we're going to have to make a trade, right? It might have to be a trade, right? Where it's like, I would think, I think that Wiz should give us some sweatshirts over here, though, because, then they could double the people who see it.
That's pretty good.
Now, man.
Hey, I told you when you went on your 2-week hiatus once and Herb was the guest host. The first day, I went to a meeting, and the guy said, how long you known Herb? I was like, 12 hours.
Hey, man, Herb is a social butterfly. Isn't he? He is he's like you know what? Herb is a social butterfly. He does very well socializing.
Yes.
Right? And bringing out conversation in people. Did you make my promo, though? Because we got to play that call back. Because remember, I can't remember who the caller was, said that Herb couldn't keep up with two.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, I guess it don't have to be me. Look, I don't have to be the one.
Beating up on
I don't have to beat up on Wiz because the caller did. But but what was beautiful was the caller was like, man, he listened all day.
Yes.
Right? So shout out to Herb and 2. Shout out to my girl Dawn Millhouse in the Book of Dawn. As Ron says, TT. Shout out to, what's today? Monday. So we got Toure Muhammad and Linda Perez. Then the Bigs. I kind of want to listen to the Bigs and then I kind of don't. Because they're going to have to give us the Illinois breakdown. Man, first of all, check this out. If you are not watching Eugene McIntosh's stories, at least over this tournament, you should be. Because he got all of the young Illinois, the players when they were high school players that are playing in the tournament now. He's got their high school pictures up when they was with the Bigs. Just showing how far back they go. So that was pretty dope. I was checking out Gene's stories this weekend. The Bigs, man, tune in to them today because we're gonna get some insight on what happened with Illinois.
I'm gonna give you a little right now.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
You know what the biggest problem was? The 2 stars didn't touch the ball enough. Or no, they didn't shoot the ball enough.
Kofi had a lot of shots.
They should have fed him a little more. Though.
So let me just begin by saying one more time because I've seen a lot of haters celebrating the loss of the Fighting Illini. Let me start by saying that I could be super petty and I'm going to.
Say why
I
not?
am grateful. I am grateful for the University of Illinois, the joy that it gave me over this basketball season and the joy that it has given me over the years. win, lose, or draw.
Mm-hmm.
I have an alma mater to be connected to. So take that.
I would
beyond
think
my
about
high school
coming
team.
back, though.
Beyond my high school team. Right? We connect beyond our high school. So shout out to the University of Illinois. No, I'm not saying less. I'm tired. I be getting tired of waking up. Matter of fact, shout out to the University of Illinois. Now,
I think they should come back.
I'll put
because you know what?
That's what I got to tell the bigs. Got to say that today.
Your first goal. This is just me. It's not for everybody, but for me, your first goal is you need to win your conference, like Michigan did. You need to win through the long haul, the grind of playing everybody in your conference. You need to be the conference champion. The conference tournament is cool, but it's just a dash. You win that, and then you are the boss. Even if you don't, the NCAA tournament is just it's kind of a trickery thing. Playing the same teams over and over and being the king, that's what I want.
I think we did that at U of I this year.
No, you didn't. Michigan did.
No, it was only the percentage thing. We voted early on the percentage thing. We beat Michigan. We mollywopped Michigan.
It doesn't matter if you beat them. You got to beat
them.
everybody.
Michigan didn't beat everybody.
No, you got to beat everybody, so you got the best record.
Michigan didn't beat everybody. They didn't beat
No, you have to have the best record.
Todd.
Look. You can couch it any way you want. You can couch it any way you want. But only
Todd, we're saving this until 8:30. Thank you very much.
All right. I know we were.
God, we're waiting. I got a whole section about this, and you are still in my stuff.
Oh, I see it right there. Oh, I guess
that's what happens. When
I didn't go that far.
Right. Sort of like us in the tournament. Now, anyway, I'm gonna tell you what though. I was man. I first of all, I just as a Illinois, as a person from Illinois, I not just the university, but from Illinois, I never assume we're gonna win. I always thought, like the Bears and the Bulls, like I always got that dreaded feeling when the big game comes up for no matter what team it is. And it's like, when we get it, I'm happy, but I always start with, we'll never make it.
We'll never make it.
We'll never make it. Oh, and speaking of that.
But I did have a lot of fun this year, though.
I did too, man. That's what I'm saying. Illinois was beautiful.
It was.
It was a beautiful opportunity. All right. So I'm going to move on. School.
Moving on.
These stories caught me. So y'all know Miss Ruppel traumatized me
that
in
was
fourth
your
grade.
teacher.
Right. Miss Ruppel traumatized me in fourth grade. And what's crazy is we went to the same church too. Well, she went to the Joliet version. I went to the Bolingbrook version. But it was like she fashioned herself as the ultimate Christian and, but clearly racist. Like looking back, like it's just like dag. Like dag, you was racist. But in your own Christian way. And I got to reading this, and so I'm not gonna lie, there were numerous stories of racist things that happened by the teacher throughout my particularly my grammar, middle, and high school education. Like I think being identified as an honor student, which then made me oftentimes the only or one of the only black students in my class, I often experienced racism, but thought that it was my responsibility to deal with it.
Uh-huh.
Like I felt like, like when you watch all the movies of the first black person this and the first black person that, and all the white people try to kill them while they doing it, right? Like whether it's the diver, whether it's the whatever it is, and you the first black person, all the white people be like, how
they
could we
trying to make you quit.
Right. But not only are they trying to make you quit, they will take your life. Like, like remember
if you're in the right
spot. They be like, dang, he died. He couldn't. We told you those black people couldn't swim.
Right. But what about that weight around his neck?
Right. Or how about the fact that you cut his hose off?
Right.
So when I see these stories, they they ping me particularly hard because I often talk about black parents who drop their kids off in white school districts, hope or thinking that they're going to do right by them, right? But my mom also said we're the only people that send our children to the enemy to be educated. And so when I saw story 1 of the 5-year-old student in Little Rock, Arkansas, Todd, who was forced to clean a toilet with his hand, bare hands.
No rubber gloves.
The fact that a black child has to clean a toilet in a school, period.
Oh, yeah.
Rubber gloves or not, there's no lesson. There is no lesson that a 5-year-old child needs to learn in a toilet regarding utilizing it.
There is if he's in the Army.
Okay, a 5-year-old in the Army?
Yeah, that's the point.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And I got it. So the story goes that there was a 5-year-old child who was sent to the bathroom. His white teacher, he clogged the toilet apparently, utilizing the washroom. Who hasn't had that moment? That's pretty embarrassing as it is.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, using the bathroom, if you got to go to use, I promise you never in my school career did I ever use the bathroom beyond standing up in school. And I would go home.
You sound like me.
I would go home. I
didn't have that option.
It was never happening. I didn't have the option either, so it just wasn't happening. Because you know what a grammar school toilet looks like.
Yes.
There's no aim. There is no flush. There is no shoot. We got grown folks toilets and people don't be flushing. So you know what time it is when it's adults. When it's kids. So for a teacher to tell this child, I don't care under what circumstances, that he needed to clean the toilet with his bare hands, this toilet that has feces in it and tissue. Now,
I was just with my 5-year-old nephew. What does he know?
And you know a 5-year-old is probably going to use the whole toilet roll.
Right.
Right? He don't know nothing about flushing. So the gravity of a teacher saying that they're going to teach you a lesson that way I felt the kind of way. The teacher then called the mom and told her and said, I made him do it. I don't know why I made him do it and it was wrong, but I did make him do it.
Wonder what tapped her to make the phone call.
Somebody was probably told that woman about to come up here and beat the brakes off you if she found out.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Somebody said, you did what?
Yeah.
You better call the mama before he go home and tell the mama.
Right.
And I got to ask you, how do you respond to that? But back up. Story number 2. Young child is forced to apologize to the headmaster of a Long Island Catholic school, young black child, forced to apologize on his knees to a white headmaster at a Long Island Catholic school who told him it was the African way. His excuse was that he had a previous...
The headmaster said it's the African way?
Yes.
Oh.
A white headmaster said it's the African way. After having what he said, the reason he said he believed this was because a African student who attended the school, his parents brought him and that was the way they made him apologize to him. Right? So he said the Nigerian parents that previously went to the school had a child that had a discipline problem. They brought the child into the room and made him apologize on his knees. And he then subjected another black child to that. Who was not that child.
Who's not Nigerian.
Right.
Uh-huh. Full of himself, huh?
I think he was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
I got Negroes on their knees around here. So now my question is, what do you do? So what do you do if you're the parent and you find out this happened to your child? Now, The feces in the toilet, your kid came home and tells you that the teacher made them clean the toilet with their bare hands. Your first response is what?
That sounds like a lawsuit. That's my first thought.
My first thought is, where is that broad? Excuse my language. You made my son clean. Was it, first of all, did y'all clean the toilet first to just make sure it's just his he cleaning? Now, if you tell him, and he did this if he did this, now imagine the humiliation of that. Do you understand? Have you remember the boo-boo boy or a boo-boo girl or somebody at school or a booger kid or whoever it was that when you go to school and you are that one person that did something that it follows you from 0 all the way till you graduate, and when you come back to the reunion, people be like, remember that we had a dude. I ain't gonna even say his name. We had a football game, and the coach was like, I'm not stopping the bus. Junior year. I'm not stopping the bus. He's like, Coach, please stop the bus. Coach will not stop the bus. He, number 2's on himself, on the bus.
Yeesh. Was he sick? Not that it matters, but.
I don't think he played the game.
Oh.
So he is now we have to ride from Manuka to Bolingbrook.
You know, regular folks don't know nothing about what that trip would be.
Nowadays they do. Because Manuka, black folks done moved everywhere.
Yeah.
They like, how far can we get? And the white folks, the farther white black folks go, you're telling you said Frankfurt, black people like, huh?
Yeah,
now they be
true.
like, white people like, keep moving. Keep
Yes.
going. So, this dude utilizes the bathroom on himself, and we all have to ride home on the bus with it. And it's like every window is down.
Wait. This happens going home after the game.
After the game.
Oh.
By the time he got to school the next morning, his whole life was ruined.
Right.
Ruined. I mean, we didn't have no cell phones. Could you imagine if there was a video, like they had cell phones and cameras then? This dude, I'm telling you.
He still got another year and a half left.
And he had a whole nother, let me tell you. Then he goes to college. He's on the football team.
I was about to ask, was he good?
He got good, right? It was like, you know how like he started late, he got big, and then he was able to play in college at Aurora. So he played at a small school.
Yeah.
And I remember they was like, yeah, my teammate such and such is black. And I was like, is your teammate? I was like, do y'all know that his junior year he on himself?
You just had to tell him. Huh?
I mean, as soon as you know it, you say it. Yeah, like, no, you know daggone well that Boo Boo Boy is Boo Boo Boy forever. Forever. Doo-doo man, if you get hit with the doo-doo stick, right? And it's real doo-doo on the stick.
No.
You stuck. There was a girl one time in our school who got sprayed with a skunk on the way to school.
Ooh.
And she came to school. She was the nastiest girl forever. She couldn't get a date. She couldn't talk to no, I'm saying like this happened in like 6th grade, and senior year people were still like, nope, you will not be writing in my yearbook.
I've never seen anybody, I've never smelled anybody who
you don't want to. You don't want to, and you come to school and it's like everybody's like, ah! But my question is, so your child is scarred for life. What are you doing? Your child comes home and tells you that I had to clean the toilet with my hand. The white teacher made me do it.
Well, first thing I'm doing is transferring, I think.
That's the first thing you're doing? You can't even get to, you got to get, no. Okay. So give us a call, 872-259-7474. Your child comes home. Do you smell his hand first? You don't even say, go wash your hands first? I'll be like, you better go wash your hands again and give me the bleach.
Well, we would, of course we're taking a bath.
Second story. Your child comes home and tells you, Dad, the principal told me, the headmaster told me that I had to apologize to him on my knees. And I did it because I didn't know what to do. Because he's the headmaster and you told me to listen to the teachers. What do you do? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. I mean, does that get physical? Like, I'm going to tell you, you make my kid put his hands in the toilet and wash, I think I might be trying to hire someone to beat you down. Like, I can't get my hands dirty. See how I did that?
Yeah, I got that.
But I mean, think about that. What do you do? So Todd is like, he's transferring first. Is there any physicality in this? No, because you lose.
I could probably beat up the 23-year-old woman, but
Does Janine go up there and handle it though? Or do y'all send Claire? You say, Claire, call your girls. Y'all got some business.
Janine,
I mean, what does Janine do? So Claire comes home with a fistful of,
well, I'm certain her hands will be clean by that point.
But
oh yeah, we're at the principal's office immediately.
And how does the principal resolve it though? Like, I mean, what's the resolution? Like, see, these are the moments. I'm just telling you. Like, this is how black people get in trouble, because I feel like you're almost obligated to beat somebody down with this. Like, I feel like your child looks at you like, for your child to be put in that position, helpless, because they don't know what to do. Right. I mean, what does the child say? When the child says, no, I'm not, then what? Does she force his hand in there? Like, in what lesson were you trying to teach?
First, we're going to the principal with this and see what she's going to do to the teacher.
What do you want the principal to do to the teacher?
But
what do you want the principal to do?
I'm pretty sure that our child needs to leave, even though they might be like, I don't want to go. But at 5, you can take him out. There's not too much harm. I mean, you know.
What you want the teacher to do? What you want the principal to do? I'm just telling you now.
I want her to come up with something, and we'll see if we think it's enough.
Like, what's enough? I'm just saying. I got to know what's enough. Because if it does not require the letting of blood, I do feel like it's either got to be blood or cash. Like, and I'm saying she's got to lose cash. My son has to get cash, and she has to lose her job. Like, I don't think there's any way that teacher gets to, there's no recovery from that. Like, no mercy. Like, you could go find another job, but like,
yeah, I don't think there's any recovery from that.
There is no, and what about the child? Because again, you got doo-doo hand forever. You doo-doo man forever. Because if that happened in a black classroom, white classroom, regardless, the kids ain't going to never forget that.
No.
Ever.
Well, yeah, you might have to transfer. That's what I'm saying. Another school might be the only option. But at 5, once you leave, those kids probably won't remember that.
Yes, they're going to remember that. They might not. They're going to remember that. They might not. You might not be there to be the victim of it.
I can barely remember.
Man, I can remember Miss Fleming plain as day. I can remember Angie plain as day. I can remember the Easter party plain as day. I can remember left and right plain as day. Traumatic moments, I can remember plain as day. Mm-hmm. And I'm just telling you, somebody is remembering that. And then once somebody remembers it to 2nd grade, that's it. Like, if it gets out of kindergarten, the problem is not, like, we know about it. You're never going to forget that story. You might, if somebody says, boo-boo man, that's going to click in your head. 20 years from now, it still will click. You will be like, damn.
I hate to say I'm this far advanced, but I don't care. I wouldn't care if, I there were some pretty dirty guys in grammar school. Not a lot of them, but there's like one guy who always seemed like he was sloppy. You grew up. Actually,
sloppy?
You know what?
What is sloppy? Wait.
He grew up and he's still a sloppy.
No. Did he boo? No.
He died, but.
Sloppy and boo-boo boy is different. Yeah. I'm just telling you.
I'm not the kid who wants to point, who look at him, so that's just me.
Right, but everybody else will. Like, and it's like the rest of the kid in the gang gets in, and your kid, I'm just telling you, that kid could move to Chicago. If he go back to Arkansas, they're going to be like, that was the dude who, yeah, I'm just saying. What do you do with your child when they get put? Who remember Miss Fleming? Wilson, you remember Miss Fleming at A.O. Sexton? That was my kindergarten teacher. Miss Fleming. She had white hair.
She black?
Yeah, I thought she was black. I couldn't tell.
Yo.
You know, it's like she had one of them colors.
I get you.
All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. What do you do? Your child, white teacher, tells your child to clean the toilet with his hands. Hey, Todd, did you know that?
Man, I don't care what color teacher that is. There's trouble.
What happens if a black teacher makes a white kid do it? A black teacher wouldn't even think to make a white kid do that because they already know they're getting lynched.
But the whole thing is so bad. I don't even think I have to talk to the principal. She should be fired immediately.
She's not, though. It's the Maze Jackson Show. When we come back, we're going to continue this conversation. Plus, J.B. Pritzker just gave himself $35 million. Looks like he's kicking off it. Well, that's peanuts to him, though. He just blew 65 on the fair tax, 250 on the last one. He like, what's another 35? All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
WIIFTBP.
My name is Cassandra J. Matz, current Village of Olympia Fields trustee and your candidate for Village President of Olympia Fields. I've been a resident of Olympia Fields for 28 years. I believe in building strategic partnerships, establishing governance boundaries, and have and will continue to dedicate my life's work as a respected and credible voice when it comes to decision making. Olympia Fields has always been a community of familiarity and comfort, and I want to make sure the village stays that way. On Tuesday, April 6th, vote Cassandra J. Matz for your Olympia Fields Village President. Paid for by Citizens for Cassandra J. Matz.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
WIIFTBP, media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP, media's just for you and me.
What about my love? Seems you have forgotten love. I do believe that something went wrong somewhere. What about my feelings? Do they mean anything at all? You got me so in love, I'm too blind to see. And that you got my love, now you wanna put me down. And that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. What about it, baby? think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground. Treat your man when I gave all that I never had. You got me going through changes of life with you. Are you sure you wanna let? Think it over, babe. 'Cause girl, I believe, I think you just might change your mind. Know that you got my love. You don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Yeah. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. You don't come around. Now that you got all my loving, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Really wish you would change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Now that you got my love, you don't come around. Now that you got all my love, you got me standing on shaky ground. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Oh my, I had a conversation with her. This is how it went. Before you leave out the door, before you leave out the door, baby, won't you change your mind? Oh, Lord have mercy. 'Cause I need you and you need me. I know we can be happy. Just wait and see. Baby, won't you change your mind? I'll do better if you change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky. Now that you got my love, you don't even come around.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. That was our guy, Dante Hall. Man, that Dante Hall, he be, baby, won't you change your mind? Let me tell you, I was rolling around this week in the whip. You know, I got a car wash. You know, it's two things about, I could have $3 in my pocket, but if I got a clean car and a new haircut, fresh haircut, I feel like $1 million. $1
million.
Now, let me tell you, combine that with the What's in It for the Black People playlist. I was rolling. First of all, I feel kind of crazy rolling so hard listening to Guys Gonna Work It Out. So I was rolling around listening to Guys Gonna Work It Out. And you know, you riding with your windows down thumping, and they like, is he talking about God gonna work it out? You don't even look hard. Then I'm gonna tell you, rolling around to Remy's What's in It for the Black People. I don't know how Lil Ron did not put on the playlist the theme song. No, it ain't on there. It's not on there. It's not, cause I was trying to put my Hellcat wheels on, and I was like, how I'ma roll with Loch Ness? Cause you know I was pulling up to the light. You know, I be pulling up to the light, finger on the trigger, ready to rock and roll. Right? Cause you know when you pull up to the light, you got to let the brothers know. Like I'm this not the car. This is not the car. Mm-hmm. I want you to see my face. This is not the car. You hit them people around you, but you walk up on this one, you're gonna be like, that is a big hole. You're gonna be like, dang, what kind of bullet comes out of that? You gonna see. Get too close. But it was good to be rolling around this weekend listening to the What's in It for the Black People playlist. Shout out to Book of Dawn with all the music. Lil Ron around here. I can't get my own theme song on my own playlist. What's in It for the Black People playlist, and it ain't got no What's in It for the Black. Well, it got Remy Steele, so I gotta take that. What's in it for me? What's in it for you? Who's telling a lie and who's telling the truth? Black people unite. You ain't ready. I'm telling you. Y'all got it down. So check out the What's in It for the Black People playlist on SoundCloud. Right? It's on SoundCloud. You just put in WIIFTBP and it'll come up. All right, y'all. Let me ask, Todd, did you get any good comments on what y'all would do if y'all kid came home and told y'all they had boo-boo on their hands because the teacher told them to clean the toilet? I'm just telling you. Brother Frank, president of the phone club, Brother Frank. I'm going to just tell you, better get your people to call in, because if they don't call in, this radio thing might be apping it. Brother Frank, president of the phone club.
Good morning, Brother Mays, Brother Todd, and Brother LeJuan. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
You know, I hope they call in because I know they listen. Mays, we cannot lose black radio, man. You know what I'm saying? That'd be worse than losing the newspaper. It's what attracted me, made a junkie out of me. You know what I'm saying? And loving talk show, you know, especially when we can call in. So I hope they do call in. But Mays, you know what I'm saying? Try to hang in there because Brother Martin already going off how we are being, black media-wise, being denied the media dollars. You shouldn't even be struggling like this, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to get taken care of, hopefully. About the social media question you posed, you know, brother, this is sad. This is the classic example why every parent should ask their kid every day when they come home, how was school today, okay? I always find out what went on in school today. So you know about something like that, because there's something I do before this even happens. I let my kid know. You know what I'm saying? To come on, let me know if anything negative happened to you. Now, if this happened to my kid, and I found out about these other parents, what I would do, all the parents on what I would be when I get this news. If I'm right there picking them up, and that's a male teacher, he's going to get confronted and swung on.
Frank, you swinging on him? If it's a male teacher, he getting a whooping. He getting it.
If it's a male teacher, he going to have to duck.
What about a female teacher, though?
If it's a female teacher, she's going to get verbally embarrassed so bad, I'm going to put her in tears. Now, if my wife was standing right there, I wouldn't have to do nothing. Because she don't definitely get a sister beat down. You see what I'm saying? And then we're going to sue the school, we're going to sue her, and we're going to take it to the media. You know what I'm saying? You got to. The next time this person, you know what I'm saying, see someone clean the toilet, it's going to be her or him, because there'll never be a teacher again. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. This is absolutely disgusting and it's ridiculous. But we should talk to our kids and stay on top of it, Brother Mays. I'm telling you, all depends on where I be at when I find out. Now, if it's the next day, if I'm at home, I will go up to the school the next day, and me and that principal, we're going to walk to that teacher's classroom, and I'm going to confront him right in front of his kids and tell him, if you ever do something like this again, I'm going to break everything attached to you. Okay?
But
now,
see, my thing is,
get you out to the job.
oh, so you not, so the female teacher gets a pass but we going to sue him. See,
well, I'm a man. I'm a man.
Would your wife go? You go. See, that's why. Like, we need a crew for that.
There, I wouldn't have to do nothing. Listen, I wish I had the time to tell you what my wife had my son do in the 4th grade to a white kid who's in the 6th grade who couldn't keep their hand out of his hair, kept on teasing, came on. You know, he came on and told my wife this. My wife said, look here, the next time you do that, you go to the biggest one. Not the littlest one. You go to the bigger one. I'm talking about defending himself, but I'm talking only the fight is necessary. She said, you go to the biggest one, and you hit him in his face, and you keep clocking him in his face until he hit the ground. When that kid's father found out that his son was doing this, he got beat down, he came to school and found it was about a 4th grader, and he's in the 6th grade. Oh, shoot. That kid was tagged and embarrassed for the rest of his life, probably. And he took his kid home. But they never bothered my son again. My wife took care of that.
I heard that.
He in 6th grade, my son's in 4th grade. And he kicked his butt.
Thanks, Brother Frank. We appreciate you calling in. Let me go to, I'm going to read a couple calls. Nyla. You know, you got to watch Nyla because Nyla be beating up people. She tough. Nyla said, first, the teacher, parent, press charges. Sue the school district and your private Avengers meets out private, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, there needs to be it's the parents in the school. Somebody in that school is like, oh, what happened? I got that. Let me read Nyla's comments. I gotta take my glasses off, Todd, because my eyes are getting bad. Okay. So Nyla says, fire the teacher, parents press charges, sue the school district, and your private Avengers mete out private punishment unbeknownst to anybody but the teacher who needs his or her beep whooped. Take him or her out to the woods, to the outhouse toilet, or use porta potties and stick his or her face in and make them clean multiple houses. No gloves, no mask, etc. See, that's a real violation. That's what I'm talking about. You know, I told you about like
no, the FBI is going to get involved in that and be like, okay, that was kidnapping.
You know what we should do? Like they should go to the picnic, the next outdoor picnic, and when she goes to the porta potty, push it over on the door so she can't get out. I told you about that when we was in high school.
That's assault, but that's probably not the.
I told you about that in high school.
The thing that won't get you thrown in jail for a long time.
I mean, she ain't gonna tell nobody because think about how long it's gonna take her to peel off. I remember one time I knew some people, not me, but some people I knew.
Yes, some people you knew.
Some people I knew pushed some people over.
Wink.
Pushed them over in a porta potty with the door. Pushed them down over the door.
So it couldn't open.
So they was in there swimming with
the fishes. No.
Well, them wasn't
they
fishes.
Wish it was fish.
They wish it was fish. If that was something, it was logs floating though.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. What else would y'all do?
I'm glad I went to school here in the city.
Let's see. What else did you go? Yeah. See, people said it has to get physical. Parents, is there ever a time when you should get physical over your kids, or is it gonna look like them? Like when we go to the suburbs, you know how they be showing them videos of black people in the suburbs at the game stops. Not the game stops, you know, like when the kids, because black people try to leave the city to get to the suburbs so that they don't have to deal with the hoodness.
Right.
And what they don't recognize is all the people that they got hoodness with is going out to the suburbs too. Right? So, is there ever a time when it should get physical because of your kids? I'm gonna tell you, when my son was at Christ the King, there was this racist dude that he rolled up one time. He rolled a truck up as my mom was moving her, trying to get out of the way. And it was like just too close for comfort.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, dog, my family was like, chill out. Then I had to call my guy Pick because they was playing my son bogus too. And I was like, literally, I was at the point where I was really ready to go up to the school and like fight, like literally fight. And I called my boy Pick. You know, he put he put on his shamrock jacket. We went out there, and he took a big old Irish umbrella. And the next thing I knew, it was over.
Was he Irish?
He was in Beverly. So, you in Beverly, and they all was like, it was funny because all the white people was like, hello, sir. Hello, sir. That's your nephew? You got a white nephew? Got a black nephew?
Oh, he is white.
No, Pick was, Pick.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Pick,
Yeah.
right. Pick was like, oh, wait. They giving your son a hard time? I was like, yeah, man, I'm about to go up here and fight this dude. He was like, you don't have to do that. Yeah, because I was literally, like, I was preparing to go up there with a baseball bat, literally, and be like, what you want to do? And is there a situation where you would fight over your kids? Like, something like that happens? Like, I feel like that. I do not feel like the dude that made my kid get on his knees to apologize, talk about that's the African way. First of all, I ain't African. Second of all,
right? And neither is him.
Right. Any physicality, anyway. Is there ever a point in which you beating somebody's butt over your child? Like, I feel like that cleaning the toilet. Somebody gotta get. There's got to be more than just. If she ain't fired and lost her job, then something has to happen.
Yeah, there would be a lot of. Look, she got to go.
It's either she got to go or she gonna be scared to come to this mug. No, I'm sorry. She made that child clean. You won't imagine how you feel when you wipe your own tail. And you get a smudge. You be, you gonna make this boy clean the oh, no.
5-year-old, I don't get it. I don't get it with any child, but a 5-year-old.
Ty, there's nothing at any age that makes anyone clean a toilet with their hands. At all. There is that is some prison joints.
Yeah.
That's like some, I'm turning you into a chick. You gonna clean the toilet with your hands and in tube socks. That's it.
Tube socks.
Man, they be making stockings out of everything. It's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm just telling you. All right, real quick. Did you see J.B. Pritzker drop $35 million? First of all, he dropped $35 million into his own account.
He getting ready.
Yeah. Do you think he needs $35 million this time?
Yes.
You think so?
It's been a rough year, man.
Yeah, but I mean, who's raising $35 million?
Oh, you see, he also made like 23 appointments too. But who's raising $35 million? The other side.
You think the other side has the ability? Do you think the other side has a candidate in Illinois worth $35 million?
They may not raise $35 million, but there will be a raise.
Do you think that? So is J.B. Pritzker in any trouble? Like, how many of y'all? So let me ask a question. What is the signature accomplishment of the Pritzker administration? If you were to say over these last 3 years, J.B. Pritzker has accomplished, what would you say it was? Like,
he hired me. No, wait a minute. He didn't do that. No.
You hang out with me, man. They gonna stop.
I don't think, well, I think you've got a point. But see, his problem will be, this is always my thing with the Democrats, his problem will be, will people come out to vote? Or will it be what's the word? They don't care about them. Excuse me. They don't care about them one way or another, which is like voting for the Republican.
So I guess my question becomes, does J.B. Pritzker, what does he have? Like, what is his signature accomplishment? Like, what reason do black people vote for J.B. Pritzker?
That's going to be a tough one. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, which is not a good sign.
Yeah, I think we'll forget. Like, I don't, like, what does he run on in the black community? What does he run on in statewide, actually?
Well, I would say he'll try to talk about the COVID-19 numbers and say he was a tough steward.
We lost 200. Didn't we lose 20,000 people?
It's a big state. Compared to other ones, I don't think we did that bad. But
okay. So
after that, I'm not sure. What else is there?
I don't know if anybody really, like, when you go downstate, though, and when you go into the south suburbs, you don't see a lot of love for JB. I don't know if that handling of, because I think a lot of people feel like the shutting down of the country, of the state, was a negative. Like, I think right now he's trying to pivot. Like, that's why he's trying to be ahead of Lori on opening up and all of those things, because he's trying to lock down like the restaurant association and all of those people that he kind of hurt. Look, Todd, I don't know what JB Pritzker runs
Well,
on.
I would say COVID hurt them, but okay, I get you.
Okay, so signature issue, pandemic response. Would you give him a thumbs up or a thumbs down on that? Then I would ask you budget, thumbs up, thumbs down. Cannabis, thumbs up, thumbs down. Gaming, thumbs up, thumbs down. And did you see he tried to claim criminal justice reform? That he said that he put it together, and Kimberly Leifer was like, no, I did. And so I think as he's grasping, I think he put that $35 million to remind everybody, I could still pay you. But I think he's, like, I was just talking to quite a few black elected officials in the city who he relied on. Mm-hmm. And almost everybody I talked to says they have not seen or gotten anything out of J.B. Pritzker in the tenure. Like, you would think, like, a lot of people would be working at the state. Like, we know a lot of black people in state government and moving around. Not really. Like, none of the people are really plugged up.
I'll just say this. As much as people love Rod Blagojevich, and he did, well, no, he didn't, but no, he was actually an enemy. But as he did bring in some black lobbyists. I mean, they were like, oh, black lobbyists can work. I think I saw that.
No, you did. During Blagojevich and Blagojevich and Emo, right? Mm-hmm. So they both were like, give us, I don't know if Blagojevich was so much give me black lobbyists as much as Emo was. And then,
but he had the backing.
But he got the backing. So Emo would be like, give me black lobbyists. Rod would be like, man, is it anti-Madigan? Okay, we good. Right? Is it?
But I only brought that up to say that I was surprised when I learned just how many Northsiders actually worked for the governor's office.
All of them.
Yeah,
all of them.
Compared to the black folks.
And you think about it, there's no black lobbyists that have done well with J.B. Pritzker. There's nobody who's done well under J.B. Pritzker. Like, he gave away a bunch of titles, and so some people got some health insurance and maybe got some salaries. But when you think about overall his participation, like, realistically, I still think white boys made $45 million in one day and he didn't blink.
Yeah, but I was saying that to say that I don't think any governor has ever done anything really for black folks, to be honest with you.
I would tell you that people say Jim Edgar did.
It's funny you say that because Jim Edgar was in the back of my mind, but I was like, I'm not going to throw that out.
Because you probably, but I mean, I talked to a lot of people who said Jim Edgar had a game plan for blacks. Like, he kind of.
Jim Edgar, I hate to cut you off, but I know Jim Edgar was actually more of a politician than most people realize.
And I also heard good things about George Ryan. Like, I heard a lot about George
Ryan would play ball with anybody who played ball with him.
Right. So, and black people play ball with George Ryan, and I know some black folks that did well. Hey, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. When we come back, we tend to not do well when there's people who we support. Right? Like, we don't do, crazy, we don't, right. The more we support, our undying loyalty to people gets us nothing. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
WIIFTBP.
Welcome to Inhale, Exhale, you guys. We're your health home girls, Dr. Tanks Lee and Danny Time. We are being joined today by a guest, Samantha Allen, who's going to work with us today about attachment styles.
Preoccupied, anxious, that's more so a child that comes from a background where the parent or the caregiver was kind of all over the place. You didn't know what you were going to get, so you were clinging to them when you did have their attention, because sometimes I might have it, other times I might not. Because of that, it creates an anxiousness in the child Whereas when I get your attention, I want to hold on to it. I want to make sure. So I might cry when you leave, or I always want you around. I'm craving your attention. You know, mother-father relationship. The father passed away. Now the mother is over busy. She's working all the time. She doesn't have as much attention as she once had for the children. So now this created an anxious attachment style. Those adults grow up more, considered more clingy in relationships, always wanting attention or feeling like I need to make sure we're okay, fear abandonment, fear that we might be breaking up or you might be leaving me alone, so I might check in with you more often, I might call you more. I just need to be assured that everything is okay with our relationship. That anxiousness part is the anxiety of the relationship, of always thinking something might be going wrong. If I called you, you don't answer. Are you upset with me? What did I do? Let's figure this out. Let's work this out. You're always kind of on edge about where your relationship will go.
You get a piece of paper, write down the event, the thought, emotion, and then logic. So in this case, say that your boyfriend didn't text you back. Okay, that's the event. What is your thought? Oh, well, he doesn't care. What's your emotion? I feel unworthy. What's the logic? Well, maybe he's asleep. So you gotta do that. That's addressing some of the symptoms. But overall, you want to engage self-love and self-discovery, right? And just kind of reprogramming your subconscious.
This is Tori Muhammad, and we want you to tune in to the Tori Muhammad Show that airs here on What's In It for the Black People Media every Monday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We talk and celebrate Black-owned businesses, Black entrepreneurs, and we talk to some of the best people in the food industry here in Chicago, Black chefs, Black restaurateurs. So make sure that you tune in to us every Monday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's In It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's
what's in it for the black people. Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this is a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Sonia and Ruthie and Ty explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we're united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve on.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger.
Yes, you do.
Ty, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling excellent, Maze.
Excelente.
I'm ready to rule the world. Or at least
If I ruled the world, I love all the girls. I love them, baby. Like diamonds and pearls.
Gee, I didn't think you'd go that far.
Ty, why you hating, man?
I know how you youngsters are. You think you know everything.
I do know everything, man. I do know everything. You tripping, man. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. I'm trying to find, Todd, I was trying to find, hold on, let me back up because I see something going on.
Hold on.
It's almost time, Todd. We are a little bit less than a year away. Year out. Yeah. About time for us. Whoa! The Chicago High School Alumni Spirit Challenge. I think we're gonna kick it off next week, Todd.
Next week,
man.
I'm ready.
So if you're high school, if you want to enter your high school, Lil Ron didn't even go to high school. If you are ready for the high school challenge and you want your high school to represent and you think you can get your group up, I'm going to be looking for you all to put your names in the hat. I'm going to make a post and I'm going to ask you which high schools we're going to be bringing it back. Last year, Lynn Bloom won. It was the Bougie Division, Lynn Bloom versus Whitney Young Dolphins. The Vocational Division was Dunbar and CVS. Those were the final four. But if you went to high school in the city of Chicago or the suburbs, we trying to figure out which city school has the most which school has the most spirit. The CPS Spirit Cup is coming back, Todd. So if you want your school, we're going to give everybody's school a chance. Then we tally them up. Then after we tally them up, then it goes down to city schools versus suburb schools. We do Hey, man, ain't nobody worried about Lynn Bloom. It ain't even. I think Lynn Bloom last year was a fluke.
Uh-oh. Trying to get them riled up already, aren't you?
Ain't nobody worried about Lynn Bloom. He broke in my house last year, though. I woke up, I came downstairs, and I was like, how they cover up the lion with a Lynn Bloom eagle? I don't know if Lynn Bloom is ready, though. I don't know if they can win the 2 years in a row. I think the fish from Whitney Young,
the fighting fish?
The Whitney Young fish, they were poor representation. They represented poorly for the Bougie Division. I can't believe. Then we did the Vocational Division, right? Mm-hmm. So it was Dunbar, the Dunbar Mighty Men, looking like sphinxes. They got like pharaohs and stuff. Then there was the Dunbar Mighty Men versus CVS. And CVS Cavaliers. And I'm going to tell y'all what. CVS, y'all need to win this in memory of my big bro DK. But I'm just letting y'all know. The high school challenge and then the sororities. Carrie said no high school challenge. She tried to make an excuse for the Deltas. Talk about it was over Mother's Day weekend. We had mothers to celebrate.
Oh.
So we ain't going to do Mother's Day weekend. But if you are ready for then the good one was, did you see Leo versus Mendel? I think Mendel should have got the same votes as St. Rita since they school has been reduced to a hallway inside of St. Rita. So we could have added them together. The Mendel Monarchs, and then the Mendel.
You can have a lady school division. All the lady schools are closed because
we did the lady schools. Remember?
Yeah, I mean the ones just closed. Just
Remember
the
they
closed
did
ones.
it.
Not the ones that still have students.
Oh, right. Well, we did sort of do that. Remember, it was Academy of Our Lady.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Aquinas.
Yeah, Aquinas.
I can't remember all of them, but the Lady Catholic schools is representing. You know who whipped
Unity,
up?
yeah, they all
Unity,
gone.
they all gone.
Yeah.
They all gone. Yep. Do you know who whipped up the Academy of Our Ladies, though?
Who that?
Asia. Johnny and Asia.
Oh, really?
Kearney. Yep, she whipped them up. They was all in it. But it was so funny because you could see when in them schools where you could see where it was like the white guys were like, hey, you could be like class, like, because even on the men's schools, like the white guys started voting. They were like, I don't know if this is our contest, but hey, we're Mendel, old Mendel Monarchs.
Old Monarchs. Yes.
All right, y'all. Mother Macaulay, the Mighty Macs. I thought they was going to do something.
Yeah, me too, and they did.
They didn't. They were underwhelming. Veronica and Dawn Boatman and all of them, they was underwhelming. Bolingbrook Raiders, though. I got a feeling Bolingbrook finna put it on people this year. We gonna whoop on Thornton.
They better get on that pirate ship this time.
What is Thornton? Thornwood, Thorntown. What are they called? What's their school? What's them schools? Harvey World.
There's a ton of schools.
Harvey World. You be like, hey man, them Thornton people though. I ain't gonna even lie. Harvey World. I was like, hey man, I'm not going to y'all cookout. Oh, just think about this though. This year, it seems like we will be able to bring forth your trophies. So we'll be presenting them. It seems like they're going to be having cookouts, so we'll bring your trophy to your cookout this year, if you got one.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just bring it over to Bolingbrook. All right, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. 8 o'clock, Todd. I'm going to go a little national. I'm going to take the helicopter up. And I'm going to talk next about Biden's border issue. So, Todd, it looks like there is another crisis at the southern border. It seems like those migrant caravans that Donald Trump made world famous have returned. They heard that Trump was gone, and now there are large groups of individual children, as well as families, as well as people not coming from Mexico per se, but coming from Central and South America, because they now have the belief that the door is open to everyone to come to America.
That's a long hike.
It's a long hike for freedom.
The Children's Crusade.
The Children's Crusade. So now what's happening is these. So let me back up. I am concerned about the dilution of citizenship. Let me back up. Is citizenship a bad thing now? Are we moving towards a place where on this continent, citizenship is being viewed as a bad thing? Like, I am now starting to hear rumors of people suggesting that there should, not rumors, but conversation about people believing that there should be no borders and that people should be able to live wherever they want and that we should be global.
That's chaos.
Why is it chaos, Todd? Aren't we all the same?
Yeah, but would
there be like one global ruler?
Yeah, right. Hey, did you read George Orwell's 1984?
Yep.
There
I
were two leaders. There was the East and the West. Didn't work out well.
Why not?
It was they were totalitarian governments. Yeah.
Totalitarian.
Totalitarian. Yeah, you keep saying that. But
totalitarian.
They controlled your whole life.
So let me ask you a question though. So let's back up.
Local government.
Joe Biden, so I want to go back to these children in the border, because now they're saying that there is chaos being created at the border. They are holding people on the other side of the border, and they are letting people cross the border, and they now have to build facilities. Hear me out. They have to build facilities to accommodate the large number of people that are crashing the border. At what point do we say, okay, like, the immigrant crashing the country border crisis is a real border issue. Do you believe that or no?
Oh, most definitely.
What makes it different now? And are we at a disadvantage politically because of Joe Biden's, because of the politics? Like, I almost feel like they made the border issue, they made it a human rights issue when it was Trump. Now they're saying, well, this isn't about Trump. I believe that the border issue was used as an opportunity to paint a negative picture, to continue the negative Trump narrative. Let's start there. And I think everything that they had, they used from COVID, the COVID response, to literally the children sleeping in cages at the border. But the reality is that we have now a flood of people that are coming to our country with nowhere to go or nowhere to put them practically. And because of the stance that Joe Biden took and the Democrats took, I think it leaves us vulnerable. Now, how do we deal with this crisis? Do we start to send people back? Is the door open to everybody? Trump's thing was, all right, y'all want them, send them to y'all cities. And then we found out that in Chicago, that there were facilities that were better for those kids that were coming for the immigrants than our own kids. Remember when we talked about that place over on the south, like on 23rd, where they had social services, they had food, remember it was like a full-on facility, and they were moving immigrant kids from the border into these facilities because they were dealing with their trauma. And we were saying, how much of the resources, Heartland Alliance got what? Wasn't it like a profitable thing to get these kids like tens of millions of dollars to bring these kids? And how much of our resources should be going to this? Like, should we, right now, I was just thinking about remember I told you there should be no homeless people after I saw what they built.
At the United Center.
At the United Center. Like, when I saw those tents and how quickly, and the heaters and the food and the generators and everything, and they built a whole city on that parking lot within 3 days. My question now becomes, how much should we how much time, energy, effort, and resources should we be dedicating to this issue?
First, I disagree with your premise.
Okay.
It's not the fight with Trump was not just about the border. The border was about him spending money on building a wall. He was trying to use it as a political thing to get more.
Kamala Harris, and we saw every elected official black down at the border crying about the kids in the cage.
He's the one who was trying to get his racist group to rally around him about building the wall. So the border became a political campaign piece for Trump. So
it's now, okay.
From that, it became a political campaign piece for everybody else.
Okay, so where are we now? Like, so what with this border, with the issue we have at the border?
We always have an issue at the border.
Okay, but we have, let's say we have an acute one right now, because there is a flood of people who believe right now, and I was watching the videos with it. Mayorkas, the new Department of Homeland Security, they were smart to put the Latino there too, so he could be like, no, you cannot come. But I guess my question, Todd, is now what? So I give you, Trump exacerbated the situation. We saw the Democrats then utilize that as a tool, as a rallying cry, and it became a political issue. Mm-hmm. We always have a border problem, which is why President Obama had people sleeping in cages as well. Mm-hmm. Under them same silver blankets, same silver situation. Now what? And how much compassion are we supposed to have? Like, what I just find it hard to believe that we're going to dedicate money, time, energy, and resources for people coming here, and there is so much sympathy, and there is none. And now we're not even talking about the people coming from Mexico. We're not. We're not talking about dreamers. We're talking about a whole new wave of people who like, man, let's get in. Now, I fundamentally don't care what y'all do, but y'all better not tell me every $18 million contract that I see and ain't no black people getting it, I got an issue.
I don't blame you. Yeah. But the whole thing is...
Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. If you are tuned in, literally.
This won't be solved under in our lifetime.
Should we close the border? Should we continue to allow people to come over the border? Like, what is the standard?
We never allowed people just to walk in.
We are now.
No, I don't think so. And I don't think it'll ever happen where it's just like, if it does happen, it'll be just like you're saying, we'll have like a world government or something. And I don't see that happening anytime in our future.
Okay. Todd, I think that there is a real conundrum. I think what's going to be really hilarious to me to watch, though, is to watch how the dreamers respond. Right? And the people that are now here under the wire who stood out in the streets and marched, will they be marching for immigration for Central America too now? Right? Because you know how, think about the most of the times, once the Latinos get here, they be voting Republican. 1/3 of them do. So my question now is, will those same people, because, like when you talk to undocumented, when you talk to naturalized or citizens, they say go through the process. Now, will we see those same people that were out in the streets that we were fighting for the Dreamers, now passing that same torch on to another group behind them?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Right? Like, and what's the line of demarcation? Where can you not come from? How dark do you have to be before they say no? Because you know daggone well, if it was a marching group of Haitians, they'd be like, oh, no, put them back on they put them back on the boats.
Yeah.
And pushed them back out.
Right.
So I guess my question, and that's where it all gets kind of funny to me. It gets real funny to me because you ask these questions and they'll call you racist, but ain't nobody, man.
Yeah, I have sympathy for their problems because I realize that these groups that you're talking about come from some poor countries that tend to have an organized criminal problem that makes it,
like our neighborhoods,
violence on everybody,
like in our neighborhoods, and then we're gonna invite them over to bring that with them. Okay, got you. Let me move on because you talked about something else that I want to talk about. And I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this because y'all said it was too soon last week, but I've been noticing a lot regarding, you saw that President Biden, and first of all, did y'all see Joe Biden fall 3 times? I'm telling you.
Where was he going?
Up the steps to the airplane.
To
Air Force One. Todd, Uncle Joe. But anyway.
Hey, I realized yesterday my legs hurt for no reason whatsoever. So...
And you're
Uncle Joe.
And you're 30 years younger than him.
Yes.
All right. Let me. Okay. I touched on this last week, but I do want to bring this to the forefront because I saw. We got. Okay, Anthony and Hassan. We'll take y'all calls in a minute.
He's not 30 years. I just thought about that.
You agreed. Too late.
Too late.
Todd. I am feeling some kind of way about the response to the Asian hate campaign. Let me start by saying that no one should be hated on. Let me also say that the tragedy that happened in Atlanta is inexcusable. And I believe it's a hate crime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not waiting to say about a bad day. He frequented those places. I don't care. It was a hate crime. It was a hate crime.
I agree. He was hating on something.
But there seems to be this desire for us as black people to get on the Stop Asian Hate bandwagon. And it seems to me, and I don't know if I'm able to talk about this without being, there seems to be some hesitancy on behalf of black people. I have seen...
To get on the bandwagon?
Yes. I have seen... Okay, so there was a post, and I'm not sure if it was Van Jones or it was a discussion that Van Jones was involved. But the post that I saw said that now is the time how blacks can support Asians during this time. And I must tell you that I do feel some kind of way. Now, I again believe that what happened was tragic. It was a hate crime. And I feel like we live through hate crimes every single day. I have rarely, if ever, seen our Asian brothers and sisters on the front lines with us. On any issue. Any issue. I can't think of anything that I've seen. And when I was thinking about President Biden and Kamala Harris going to Atlanta, I asked, did they sing Amazing Grace? Because when our brothers were tragically murdered in Emmanuel Baptist Church under the same circumstances, we got Amazing Grace. I was thinking about this and contemplating this as I then was scrolling through my timeline, and I recall the video from The Crime Chaser where he had replayed the videos of the Asian family attacking the black woman and beating her down on the street.
Oh, that's on that.
Then I remembered the video of I remember Carolyn Ruff and her fight outside of the salon, the Asian beauty supply store for almost 2 years. I think back to Tyrone Muhammad going into breaking the window at that location because of the young woman being held under assault or not being able to get out.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about watching the O.J. Simpson, the Rodney King video. And I remember the black girl getting killed in the store. And I was thinking about how many times the Asian community has had the opportunity to align itself with us. I think about every time I go into Dunkin' Donuts, Subway, and the Glass. I think about every beauty salon. I think about how we get treated in all of these scenarios. And I don't know how, again, I feel so much. What happened was tragic. But would I be wrong if I said all hate matters?
Would you be wrong? No.
Right? I would be wrong to say all hate matters. It's like the things that we have lived through. I mean, I just think about the lawsuit of the people who were trying to get black people kicked out of Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
Just right now. And so I gotta I got to reach out to my Asian brothers and sisters in the people of color movement and say, where have you been? Everybody wants us to lock arms and run to the front. But where have you been in our struggles? And while I empathize and I feel pain and I feel your pain, it seems to me that we still healing on our own. And I gotta ask all of the people that are asking us to be allies now, when have you ever checked your friends and your family and those people that you have seen exploit us? Will there be a change in how people respond to us when we walk into the stores? Will there be a change in how you price the goods and supplies in our community? See, a lot of people don't like me for what I say. And they try to punish me for it. But I empathize with our people right now. And as I look across the line, I say, man, I see what y'all going through. But everybody watches us cry all the time. Mm-hmm. Everybody watches our pain and can tell us why. Why are there policies being drafted right now as it relates to this?
I'll only say that Martin Luther King in his letter from a Birmingham jail said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
And so as you watch the injustice that happens to us, there goes your everywhere. Right? So if you, the thing that makes me laugh a lot of times is, it's like they always be like, we talking to them. Like they're talking to us. He's talking to us. No, he's talking to y'all. Martin Luther King Jr., no, we got injustice everywhere. So when you sit by and watch or go to the family reunion and be like, it's all good.
Right.
Don't just be cool with me at the party. I think that I don't got a lot of tears. I don't. It's like I do not see people crying for black folks when they die, but black people. And I'm gonna say, here is the opportunity for you all to build the bridge back. Because guess what? We all ninjas now. We all ninjas now. See, this was the first time when probably somebody was like, they couldn't just be like, oh, we're not. Now, you're not in that point.
Well, I disagree. I think that over the years, it's built up where people are like, okay, there's something really crazy going on with black people and other people. Like our black people shooting black people, I think people have gotten used to that. It's not, even black people have gotten used to it. It's a sad thing. But when something happens and it's somebody outside of your community, I think it has raised the attention of the nation.
For Asians, that there's not going to change one thing about how they respond to white people killing black people. I will say
the George Floyd thing, we're still talking about that and seeing the effects of people trying to figure out how to change the world.
We got about 3 more weeks on that one. It's the Maze Jackson Show. When we come back, we're going to lighten it up. We're going to talk about Todd's busted bracket. Mine too. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
WIIFTBP.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
everybody out there. What's going on? This is Eugene McIntosh, one half of the illest independent sports media outlet in the whole entire land, the Bigs. Check me and my player partner Terrence Tomlin, a.k.a. T-Tom the Great, out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media Network.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at the Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
Everybody's talking about the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish. Place your order today for a delicious meal. The chicken and fish are fried to perfection, featuring a wide variety of catfish, perch, tilapia, whiting, and shrimp. Now it's your turn to see what everybody's talking about. It's the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, Chicago's newest spot for delicious meals. Stop by at 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop, or get contactless delivery from DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Postmates. For more info, call 773-807-9010. 773-807-9010. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish is open just in time for lunch, or take it to the house for a delicious dinner. It's Chicago's new spot for perfectly fried chicken and fish. Don't wait any longer. Try it today. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case, he was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Todd Stroger. Book of Dawn sending me threatening emails.
What'd you do?
She talk about send me the link. It's like I got to invite the guests. Why you always be sending me this? Not, man, speaking of hot links, man.
Smoke a link.
I'm going to try and go to Wiley's again this week. I'm trying again, man. Todd.
That's right.
It's something about
when
Wiley's
you get thrown
barbecue.
off the horse, you get back on.
Man, Wiley's. Hook a brother up, man. I'm just saying. You know what? I saw I went to Wiley's this week. I told y'all I went all the way over there, and it's something about that barbecue. Carrie, Alderman Burnett was like, he was talking smack. But Todd, did I tell you about Alderman Burnett?
Because you had to drive through his ward to get to the other one?
No, that's my ward. I live in the same ward. But he said,
but you have to drive out.
He said, hey, Todd, don't keep talking smack. He said, I done emboldened you to talk smack about him. He gonna when he see you.
What? I talked back about him for as long as I've known him.
He said
I got some more for him, but I haven't thought about it lately.
He said he got something for you, big dog. All right, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm trying to do this.
You tell him I tower over him.
Yes, the battle of the 5'3" guys. You're 5'3". You're 5'3.5". He's 5'3".
Yeah, that's that. Hey, I'm taller than him.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
All right, Todd. You wore black today for the same reason that I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling.
Yes. Even though I'm wearing maroon underwear.
Just a bit too much information. Todd, so yesterday I watched the championship, right? I watched not the championship, the Final Four.
The tournament.
The NCAA tournament, and I was, from the moment that I saw the brackets, I was 100% nervous about the fact that Illinois would play Loyola.
Yeah.
There's just something about it, Todd, that makes me nervous, that made me nervous about them playing, and my worst fears were realized when the University of Illinois lost to Loyola yesterday.
You know, Loyola is battle tested. I mean, they've been through this. They still have a couple of players on the team who've been through this.
Shout out to Lucas Williamson. I like Lucas Williamson. His mom and I served on the board of directors at the Bruce Rauner YMCA.
Oh.
At one point. So we became good friends. She's a super nice lady. So I'm super proud for the Loyola guys, but I am going to tell you that I was disgusted at the loss. My bracket was completely busted. Now, first of all, I'm going to give y'all an update on who is in the lead in the What's in It for the Black People Media Bracket Challenge. Currently in the lead, Todd, are you believe this? President Carrie K. Steele.
Yeah, I believe it. That's you.
Boo! First of all, she was like, what is this? You know how you tell somebody to join some stuff and then they ask you more questions?
Yeah,
and you be like, all you got to do is download the app. Don't ask me questions. I'm not trying to help you win. She be like, well, what about, I'm not trying to help you. I want you to be downloaded so you can lose.
You're right.
I'm not trying to help you win this. And so she is just tickled pink because every time we look at the reload, it's like she's in first place.
Mm-hmm.
So in the What's in It for the Black People Media League, the tournament league right now, in first place is President Carrie K. Steele. Second place is my son, Maze Jackson II. Then we got Jacob Israel, all the way from Houston, is in third place. DJ, look at DJ in the fourth place. DJ, you know what? I don't be liking to talk to DJ because, DJ is very good in sports, and it's like, you know how you just underestimate somebody in sports?
Uh-huh.
DJ, I underestimate in sports, but every time he got something to say, he got a very good contribution. So shout out to DJ, who had a birthday this weekend as well. Then next up, okay, so, shout out to Angela Kilpatrick. She's tied for fourth place along with Black Train Barbecue, which is, they be doing our tailgates.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know who South Shore Shan is. J. Rochelle is in 9th place. Oh, shout out to Henry Flores. Okay, Henry Flores is in there. Everett Myrick was hating on Illinois. So, Todd, let me just tell you about the Illinois game. I felt like, one more time, big shout out to the University of Illinois for all of the pleasure and all of the fun that you've given us over the years. You know, it's good to have a team, like, period. Like, win, lose, or draw, it gives you something to care about, right?
That's true.
And so I care about the Fighting Illini. I have, and quite frankly, this season gave me more than we've gotten in a long time.
Yes.
So I'm not upset with that. But I did feel like while I was watching the game that something was fishy. Now, I think it's probably my Chicago wayness, but I felt like it was something fishy about the game. Now, I don't want to besmirch anybody's character.
Uh-huh.
So can I just be a conspiracy theorist without besmirching anyone's character? I just felt like watching that game and watching how I've seen the Illini play all year, there seemed to be a lackadaisicalness amongst the two stars. And you know, the first thing I always think about is I got the nefarious plot, which is, can you imagine how much money everybody had Illinois at least in the Final Four?
Mm-hmm.
Which meant that game, the bet on that game against Loyola, somebody, if they bet for Loyola, could be rich. And in Chicago, too, I was like, man, you think, is it possible they got to him? Like, is it possible this was a Black Sox moment? They said you could be rich for life. And do you also think that this is a reason? Like, should Ayo come back to play again because he wants to get the championship? He's a junior. Or should he go get that money? And you know everybody going to say, man, ain't nobody care about that ship. You better go get that money.
Yeah, you know me. I'm a different guy. I'm different from the
I would love to see him come back, but that's selfish of me. Right? It's like I want but then the moment that he get up, like, if he becomes Jason Williams, ride a motorcycle crash, boom, that's it, wrap.
How about don't get on the motorcycle?
How about don't dunk the ball all summer and get a busted Achilles? And you know they say you can come back from that. So let me ask
I know you can come back from that.
Yeah, but you know sometimes you just ain't never the same. No industry, you ain't 100% all the time.
Oh yeah. That's right. There are guarantees in life, right?
Okay.
No, there isn't.
So right, that's why you take the money now. Right? The same argument. So does Ayo come back? But let's go back. Big upsets. Oral Roberts University.
Yeah. Right.
What? Oral Roberts.
Yeah.
And now they just beat Oklahoma State. So now they're in the Sweet 16.
That's amazing.
Oral Roberts University. Who in their world goes to Oral Roberts University? Oh, Beulah. Bueller.
She went to Oral
Who I was like, first of all, we used to watch Earl Roberts on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's like watching going to Dollywood. Beulah McLeod went to Oral Roberts University. Like, first of all, if your name is Oral, that had to be terrible growing up as a kid. Maybe it doesn't mean as much.
You know, that's one of those schools where
you're white.
well, yeah, and you pledge that you won't
ever have sex in school.
Yes.
Beulah. Okay. Let's see who else was a bracket buster. Syracuse busted brackets.
Yeah.
They were 11.
I expected West Virginia to beat Syracuse.
I expected Bob Huggins' gangster team to go. You know, Bob Huggins is a gangster. I remember when he used to be at Cincinnati.
Yeah. He never was one of my favorites. He was just a little too animated.
Little gangster. You don't like them. So, Todd, what do you think happens now in the tournament? Who are you winning now? Like, first of all, is your bracket busted? Who still got a bracket?
Upset. I stopped looking.
I'm gonna tell you. You know what was another great game? And you know what I'm gonna tell you what is so dope about this is that I feel like I am not a full basketball game watcher. Right? Like And Beulah, they might have applied to everybody on the basketball team, but if they on the basketball team, they wasn't following them rules. Like, it's no point in being on the basketball team if you can't participate. Not in college. Sorry. So
I remember, because the basketball players lived in our dorm. We only had one men's dorm.
Uh-huh.
And I was walking down the hall, and all of a sudden I heard, boom. They opened the
side
fire
door
yeah,
to let the ladies in or
yeah,
out.
she ran down the hall.
Oh my goodness. So wait, where was I? The bracket. Oh, shout out to Angela Kilpatrick too. So is your bracket busted? Mine's done.
No, I'm done.
Actually I'm tied for now. I'm just playing for points because I had Illinois as the winner of it all.
Me too.
Yeah, I had Illinois the winner of it all. Todd, it's the best part of the tournament though is, can I tell you what is watching Carrie watch the games that she knows nothing about and being like, wait, who did I pick? Right? Because now she cares about the game.
Right.
And so it's like the thing I love about the Final Four is like all of the game. Who cares about Abilene Christian? Nobody. Until they beat Texas.
Man, I had Texas going, I think I had Texas beating Michigan.
No, I don't think they was on the same side.
They're not in the same?
They weren't on the same.
Well, I had Texas winning.
I had Texas winning 2 games too. And to see them lose to Abilene Christian. But did anybody watch the Texas versus Abilene Christian? Did you watch that game?
I just caught the tail end.
Did you see number 3 on Abilene Christian? He was like a
Superman?
No, he was like, dog. He was like 6. Let's say he's like 6.
Oh, that guy. He was like 6'5", 250.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was like a wide body, and he was pushing people out of the and he was walking up the court, Todd. Like he's at the end of the game. At the end of the game, he was like, I am not running no more. Speaking of that, did you also? Here's something I had no clue was happening. That there was a women's NCAA tournament.
Of course there is.
Is it really?
Because, Connecticut has been, like, killing forever. And
Who watches?
Tennessee used to do it. Oh, they got fans.
No, they really don't. So I saw, who's the coach at South Carolina, the women's coach? Not sure Swoops, but I don't remember who it was. Was it Dawn Staley? I believe Dawn Staley might be the coach. And she was saying she doesn't appreciate the difference in the weight rooms and the facilities between the men and the women.
I saw that.
And I was saying
I'm sure she's right.
How much did they pay for it? I mean, do they do it off of ticket sales? Because I don't know anybody that watches women's sports.
Look, the NCAA is making a lot of money.
Okay.
So they can afford to upgrade the facilities.
Don't they got toilets? I'm just saying.
And black people ought to be happy too. You got a water fountain over there.
You got a water fountain over there. So I guess my question is, no, but I do think that So I think the facilities should be the same, but I don't know if I think the pay should be the same. I don't know if women's sports are.
No, I don't see how you get the pay the same. Not in basketball.
Not in any sport. Like, is there any sport?
Tennis.
Okay, tennis. But is there, and golf maybe, but not the same because they're still not the same level. Women don't even watch women's sports. Like,
no, you can't trust women.
There's no. So I think the gym, when you build the gym should be universal, right? Like, not universal. Boys, girls, locker room. Everybody should get a toilet. Everybody should get everybody should get the facilities equivalent to their university. Right. So I don't think there should be a difference between the bathrooms. But I do think that there is like this complaining that happens in women's sports, but nobody's really paying attention, so they're not revenue generators. So I'm not suggesting that if you go to, I'm not saying separate but equal, but what I am suggesting is that, like, anybody fill out a bracket for the women's Final Four?
You know what Shaq said the other day, which I thought was interesting? Shaq suggested, and Candace Parker did not, but Shaq suggested that they move the rim down to like 8 feet.
So women could dunk?
Yeah.
No, because nobody, I mean, no.
You wouldn't even pay it. You wouldn't even
No
notice.
one can, but here's my thing. No one wants to see a woman dunk. Like, I need for y'all to be clear.
How do you know?
Okay, because I've seen the women that dunk.
And
nobody
you
wants to
weren't
see them.
impressed? Is that what you're saying? But they dunked on the 10-foot rim.
Yeah, but it's like the part of the dunk is in your face. Get these. And if you don't get none of that, it's like
You obviously have never been around a lot of basketball women.
Clearly, I haven't.
I have.
But I'm saying, here's my thing. Women dunking only makes the sport that much more masculine. And if I want to watch men, then I'm going to watch men's basketball. Again, and maybe more women will watch.
Excitement that you're looking for, though.
There's no excitement in women's sports to me. I mean,
you don't even watch women's tennis, do you?
I do watch women's tennis.
See,
so I'm saying like that's a sport. Now, if there was a women's sport, now I will tell you that I watch lingerie football league. I enjoy that football, especially the tearaways.
I don't watch that.
No, but I'm saying like I really feel like
watching the Grammys.
I feel like though watching sports, and I think I'm gonna take this tomorrow. Maybe we'll go into this because I still think like the whole thing of women's, like the men playing the transgender women.
Oh, well, that's just crazy.
Playing women's sports. Can they do it in reverse? Is there a sport anywhere in the world that athletes are equivalent? Like, is there a sport like where man and a woman, you put them both together in the same, everything the same? Is there a sport that a woman could beat a man in?
Probably not. Nothing comes to mind, at least.
I mean, whether it's tennis, I mean,
no.
You saying it is? Ryan, don't be, you must.
I'm saying tennis.
No way.
No.
Have you seen?
Serve.
Serena will get.
Ryan, do you play tennis?
No, but
Serena will get served by a 200 mile an hour tennis serve by a man.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
No, it's different.
Yeah,
I
it
know.
is different.
Again, I love Serena to death, but she is not. What's Federer? She ain't catching the Federer serves. He's going to.
I've never seen men tennis, so I can't really compare it anyway.
See, that's why, because you're a millennial, you ain't supposed to be talking no way. How did your mic come on anyway? Hey, y'all, ice skating. Okay, ice skating. And I don't even know if you could beat him in ice skating. Because the brother undid the triple axle double whammy flip-flop. Then y'all be mad. The only person I think might be able to do it.
Who's that?
Simone. In gymnastics. She might be able to pull it in gymnastics.
Yeah, gymnastics women are
because she's flippable and she's little.
Well, I was gonna say more flexible, but
right. Yeah. All right, y'all. This has been the Maze Jackson Show. Y'all send a big shout out and some love to Ruthie Moore. I mean, well, dang, Ruthie Moore too. When Ruthie coming back? You told me she was coming back today. Now I got to go check my email.
I think it's the 23rd, but I could be wrong.
Oh, it's not the 23rd. Okay, it's the 22nd. All right, she probably was like, I got to get a day at least to come back before I have to come dealing with y'all crazy people. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. So for Maze and Sonia, who is out in Texas, and Ruthie, who is out but will be back, and Todd, we got Lil Ron. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, can I get y'all, if y'all want to get the the $100 holla, please go to the Maze Jackson page. You can inbox me. You can fill out the link. And I would love to get the remainder of these $100 hollers off. Remember, you get a hoodie, you get a t-shirt, you get a face mask, you get a pin, you get a wristband. Man, it is the best value going. And don't let me know if you want that the logo hoodie too. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back tomorrow. So for May, and if you don't like it, because I'm asking the question every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. May said, we out of here. Peace. Stay tuned for the Book of Dawn.